episode of Rufai's Roundup, where we talk to you about stories making the rounds around the world. The very first story is the budget. FEC has finally approved 27.5 trillion appropriation bill for 2024, and when you look at it, they've revised the exchange rate to 7.50. The oil benchmark now at $77.96. We are also going to be borrowing another 1 billion from African Development Bank, concessionary loans. And the Oyedele Tax Reform Committee is going to brief FEC as regards it. And Council is also going to approve human rights draft report to the UN. A lot of people have looked at this appropriation bill and said, really, that's a lot of money that is going to be heralded by a lot of borrowing. But the question is, what are we using the borrowing from? I mean, only look at what happened recently, where SERAP is telling the World Bank that they should stop all these concessionary loans to Nigeria because the governor just mismanaged the money. Look at the case in Lagos. Look at the case in Lagos of governor trying to buy bulletproof cars and things like that, and the way they're just, squandering money on frivolous things. So those are things that leave much to desire, and that's why a lot of people are looking at this appropriation bill and say, hope we're going to have, a very good financial strength, a financial accountability to be able to spend the money and all of that. Another story is the fact that the Naira has not passed the 1,000 mark. It's appreciated a bit, from about 1,200 now to 1,155. But since the floating of the Naira has never remained the same. It's gone well over 1,000 at the parallel market. And the reality is so sad, for all Nigerians out there. Another story making the rounds is the story that's been jubilation in Delta State. Sheriff Oborowori has done groundbreaking for about 98 billion naira worth of, 4-star projects across the state. And all he's simply doing is having bypasses and, overhead bridge. Take, for instance, from Efuru Roundabout through PTI Junction Road to DSA Roundabout on Efuru Patani East-West Highway. He said the project will help ease the vehicular movement around the Enere Junction area, so there's going to also be a flyover bridge around there. The cumulative sum of the project is about 77 billion, and it will be completed in 27 months. Also, there's design and construction of flyover bridge in PTI Junction along the Efuru Patani East West Highway, Efuru in Uwe local government area. Design construction of flyover at DSC Roundabout along the Efuru Patani East West Highway, Efuru in Uwe local government area. So these are some of the projects the governor, of Delta has embarked on. And some more stories making the rounds. The Chief Justice of the Federation, Ariwola, is saying that Nigeria should find alternative dispute resolution for their issues, and everything should not always go through the legal process that is quite very cumbersome, and it's been causing a lot of problems. He also says he wants to leave a legacy behind. Although his tenure has been dogged by a lot of questions and allegations against the judiciary, and these are questions a lot of people are constantly asking themselves about Ariwola.
My goodness, this is crazy.
And they're saying things about Ariwola, saying that, they expect him, that he ought to have done better, as regards the legal system in Nigeria. Sorry, just for that break there. So, also another story making the rounds will be the story of SERAP. I talked about this yesterday, and I keep talking about it. SERAP has also called on the World Bank to stop giving Nigerians, all these concessionary loans, to suspend it for a while until we're able to fix, the problem of mismanagement in our system. And it's a very big call by SERAP, because when you only look at how monies were spent recently, it leaves much to be desired. A country that is in a lot of financial mess, a lot of financial chaos, you're having governors spend money, in a totally very, very unacceptable and flagrant way, and you're wondering what is happening. So take, for instance, the Benue State government reportedly spent 34.4 billion on special day celebration, welfare packages, security vote, materials, supplies such as office stationery and books. According to reports from Borno, Cross River, Delta State, they also respectively spent 32.6 billion, 43.71 billion, and 151.1 billion, 30.1 billion, and 41.1 billion on frivolous items, and public funds may have been mismanaged or diverted. Ekiti State reportedly spent 31.33 billion on local and international travel, transport, miscellaneous such as welfare packages, refreshment, honorarium, sitting allowance. According to also reports, Enugu and Gombe State respectively spent 33.36 billion and 24.7 billion on frivolous items, and the public funds may have been mismanaged. This is what SERAP is saying. Imo State government reportedly spent 58.21 billion on refreshments and welfare packages and other allowances. Jigawa State also reportedly spent 49.64 billion on transport, traveling materials, including drugs, vaccines, medical supplies. According to a report, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kwara, and Kogi states also respectively spent 27.8 billion, 17.7 billion, 40.4 billion, 24.5 billion, 41.1 billion, 58.02 billion on frivolous items, and public funds may have been mismanaged. And that's why SERAP, has been calling that a lot more needs to be done as regards how governments spend their funds. Bless you all this morning. It's been another great episode with all of you on Rufai's Roundup. Bless you.